Hey, it's Sunday and it's time to go to the grocery store and check out some ingredients. Today, as promised, we are going to do multivitamins. Who's excited? Before we go in and we talk ingredients, I just want to make general rule. I don't recommend multivitamins for everybody. I think that your minerals and vitamins should come. There are a lot of kids out there that are really picky, are eating a white diet, and the mamas are stressing and they want to be able to give them some vitamins while they're changing their taste buds. And, you know, in those cases, I leave it up to you. I'm still of the, well, we got to kind of still move along the fruits and vegetables, but I understand it's a journey and sometimes you do need a supplement as a bridge until we change the lifestyle. Because just remember, here's the thing. If you just kind of move on with your merry way, let's say you eat fast food and don't have a clean diet, let's just say, and then you take vitamin D and you're like, oh, well, I'm just taking my vitamin D for my immune system and I expect it to work. That's not going to happen because a supplement is only a bridge. When we're using vitamin D we take that and then you don't change anything else about your life, that's a medication. So that's really the difference, because everyone is walking around loving on supplements and piling on supplements without changing anything else. So just remember, those really become medications and the supplements are your bridge to help you get over to the well side, but you got to change your lifestyle. Let's go with a goodie. Hey, my kids used to take this. So look at this, America's #1. Anywho. Good news is they took out the food coloring. So now, well, it has a Nanto color, which we know that we're not going to trust unless we actually know the company. But it does have carrot concentrate, purple carrot juice. I mean, hey, listen, they're trying to make it do something for better. But here's my issue. If we look at the vitamin D, it's 400 international units. Babies are recommended 400 international units, and I will argue that that's also on the low end. A child needs a lot more than 400 international units of vitamin D. If we look at zinc, if you're gonna give your kids zinc, 1.4 milligrams ain't gonna do nothing, so nobody got time for that. Iodine at 21 micrograms, you need 150 micrograms. Here, that's for one gummy, and of course you can double up the dose. Still just not anything significant. Biotin at 8 micrograms, I don't even know what that's doing. Anyway, so what I'm saying is you're just going to give this there with whatever additives, including glucose syrup and lots of sugar. They're going to pee it out and it's not even doing anything. Now in this one, they made it organic to make it sound so much more marketable. The ingredients, there's still sugar and some sugar, whatever. Anyway, the ingredients as far as the vitamins are is basically the same as the other one. They just added organic to the front. All right, Flintstones, pediatrician recommended. I don't know who recommends this, but anyway, look at this. Let's look. They still have food coloring. Blue 2, red 40. We don't need yellow number 6. I'm not even going to go any further. This has food coloring. Never, ever. Zarbee's, we know them. You know, it says natural, so therefore, right, we don't care. The amount of vitamins in this are exactly the same as the other ones. They also claim to have a probiotic, and they have Bacillus coagulans. I don't know what this Bacillus is doing here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be dead in here. So there's nobody regulating this, so you have no idea if there's actually a live probiotic in here. That's a no. What is that? Hey, listen, these guys, I respect them. They actually have some good stuff, and let me show you why. Number 1, free of preservatives, yeast, artificial colors, salicylate, gluten, blah blah blah. So that's awesome. Then look, for their fish, they even talk about where they get their omegas from. All right, and let's look at their vitamin D in here, and it's 800 IUs for 4 gummies. So just you got to eat a lot of gummies. I'm liking the L-methylfolate is what we were talking about. So we want to see methylated stuff. B12, notice methylcobalamin. That's methylated, so that's a yes. Let's look at how much iodine it has in here. 90 mcgs. Still not a lot because you got to eat 4 of these a day. And your zinc is 1.6 milligrams. So really not that. And so here, let's look at the omegas, right? Here, EPA and DHA, 56 milligrams and 44 milligrams. I mean, honestly, that's pixie dust. So it's not a whole lot. It makes them marketable because they put this in there, but it's not really big enough doses to make any difference. And that's my issue with generic multivitamins. They don't have a lot of stuff that you really need. They just put a little bit of a whole lot of things which you end up peeing out anyway. So, but anyway, these guys, I do like this brand out of the best out of the ones we talked about. At this point, I'm sure you're probably frustrated, like, okay, so what are the daily recommendations for each of these? Are you supposed to be a nutritionist that knows all the differences? No, you're supposed to go to your doctor, and your doctor is supposed to help you identify the vitamins and minerals that are deficient in your lifestyle, in your child, and then come up with a plan, really food that's going to replace the missing vitamins and minerals. Understand if there's an absorption issue, because if you are not absorbing, you can take all these vitamins and you're just going to pee and poop them out. And so the gut has to be in check. And more importantly, how deficient are you in vitamin D and zinc and magnesium and calcium and so on and so forth? That's why picking up a multivitamin off the shelf doesn't really do much, because it's so tiny amounts in the multivitamin, because they're trying not to kill people or hurt children. And so it's one vitamin made for the masses, and which really means that it's just tiny amounts that are doing nothing for everybody, if that makes sense. Well, I'm going to be at Whole Foods. Let's talk about these. All right. Multivitamin, Whole Foods, what we got here? Well, first of all, this is from food, so yay. If we're looking at the vitamins, again, vitamin D is 400 IUs. Let's go look at a folic acid. That is a no bueno, no folic acid, because a lot of people cannot process it, and you get a buildup of folic acid, and that can cause a lot of neurological issues. B12 is not methylated, so no thanks. Look at iron, 5 milligrams. Oh, calcium. People are like, oh, I'm taking a multivitamin because I want my kids to have enough calcium. 20 milligrams is not going to do anything. Children on average need between 900 and 1200 milligrams of calcium. What's 20 milligrams going to do? Nothing. Hey, iodine, that's pretty respectable. 100 mcgs. You should have about 150 mcgs. Okay, Rainbow Light. I like this brand. Let's get the multivitamins. Again, in here, folic acid, B12 is not methylated, iron is 5 milligrams, calcium is 100 milligrams, zinc 2.5 milligrams. And again, your vitamin D3, 400 international units. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say, look, it's got vegetable juice complex and some herbal tonics to make you feel better, just don't really see the point. Okay, Rainbow Light. I like this brand. Let's get the multivitamins. Again, in here, folic acid, B12 is not methylated, iron is 5 milligrams, calcium is 100 milligrams, zinc 2.5 milligrams. And again, your vitamin D3, 400 international units. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say, look, it's got vegetable juice complex and some herbal tonics to make you feel better, just don't really see the point. The Mega Food dietary supplement, this one is coming from, herbals kind of stuff. Again, the same thing. Folic acid, it says folate is like folic acid. B12 is not methylated. The vitamin D3 is low. Again, not a whole lot of stuff in here that's going to make a dent in anything. This one is award-winning. I don't know who gave them an award, but yay. Folic acid, B12, see what I'm saying? D3, you're going to start seeing the same. Once you start looking at it, you're like, oh, they all have the same amount of stuff and same ingredients. Yes, it matters if it's coming from food or herbals or chemical, but in the end, it's still not going to provide your child with a whole lot of stuff. If you're like, oh my gosh, for the love, just give us some idea to do something. if I was going to do a global recommendation, is that children are deficient in vitamin D, and I've done several posts on vitamin D. You need D3 with K2 because the K2 helps you absorb the D3. And omega-3s, essential fatty acids, are a huge deficiency in children across the board, but we need to be talking like several hundred milligrams of omega-3s. And what do I do for my children? Juice Plus. I do Juice Plus. I'm just giving them extra fruits and vegetables in a capsule or a gummy, and vitamin D and omega-3s. That's what we got. I'm not going to give you a link to my Juice Plus account. Yes, I sell Juice Plus, and I'm not doing links to anything else because I want to make sure that you guys know I'm doing this post not to sell you Juice Plus and my supplements, but specifically to help you understand what multivitamins are and how to look for them and if they're right for your kids. So it needs to be a non-sponsored, no money making post, so you understand that this is being super objective information rather than a sales pitch. Hope this was helpful. And next weekend I'm not going to be in town, so that's going to be on pause. And the next time we're doing a Weekend Warrior, I'm thinking we're going to go find hidden sugars in labels in the grocery store. So much fun.